Hey guys, welcome back to brightnighttech. My name is Berto and today we are working on part 1 of my very first cosplay. Now, in the last year or so, I have been able to lose a lot of weight, which has opened it up for me to do some cosplay. Now, not that I couldn't do it while I was heavy, but it helps me be a little more confident about it. So I thought I would start with something fairly simple, and it's one that I see a lot of people try out as their very first cosplaying, which is Red Hood. Now, I have already done a Red Hood in the past. You can kind of see it up there. But for this one, I thought I would make a whole new one. I'm using the Do3D file, and the one that I did before was a Budwin file. I'm also going to do some armor, speaking of Budwin, his design for the armor, and a few other things. This is my first time doing this, so we're gonna kind of learn as we go. But enough talk, let's get right into it. Alright, so I started with the armor. So these were very big pieces. I also did the back of the helmet on my CR10. And then I finally finished the front armor here. So that little support in the front, you don't really need that. This thing is designed so you don't need that support, but I was scared, so I put it on there. Next were the abs. This was pretty straightforward. You just want to make sure you have plenty of supports on the base, and then that's pretty much it. You just let it print. Really no problem with that one. Alright, and for the helmet itself, so I did the angle that Frankly Built suggests, which is, you print it at an angle like this. I've done that before, and the front has really kind of messed up, but I know that has to do with me in the settings, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, so the armor I got from Budwin. This is his Red Ronin full armor set, but you only take the chest piece. That is all that I'm using. I'm not using the helmet or any of the other accessories, just this front chest piece. And it comes in 2 parts like you saw. It comes with the chest and then the abs. And that's all I'm really using from that. If you want, you can go ahead and just, print the whole armor piece, but this is all I really need. Alright, and for the helmet, I use the free Do3D file they have. It's a really solid file. They did have a paid one that is their version 2 for $29. That gives you a textured version, and the back comes with the magnet holes in it, which the free one does not, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, so let's go ahead and start by taking off the supports on the main chest piece, and I think it looks pretty good. It printed pretty solidly. I did this on my Neptune 3 Max, and I love it for giant pieces like this. Here it is with the abs, looking good. Very happy with the way it came out. Can't wait to get to the painting on this. Alright, let's look at the helmet. Now, I did up the infill on the supports, which made them very, very rigid and actually very hard to pop out. I can't just pull this off, so I gotta take my little heat gun here. We're going to warm it up, and then we're going to do our best to take it off without causing any damage. Just like this. I'm going to have to do both sides here, and then hope for the best. Alright, pretty much got the whole thing off like this. Alright, looks pretty good. Let's clean this up just a tad. The chin is pretty messed up, but we can definitely fix that. Not bad, I was expecting more messed up in the front face, but not bad. I can definitely work with this, and the chin is not a big deal. There looks like there's a little bit of a layer shift there, but nothing we can't fix, so we will definitely work on that. And yeah, the quality is pretty good. Alright, so for accessories, I am using this utility belt that I got from Thingiverse, from evangrostefon. I don't know if I said that correctly. Anyway, so it comes in a full file like this. I did put it into Tinkercad so I can cut it into just 2 boxes and the belt. I wasn't crazy about the symbol that it has for Red Hood. This is like a newer symbol. So what I did is I took it into Tinkercad and used one of the regular Red Hood symbols and then just embedded that over the other one. and I think it will turn out pretty good. So let's go ahead and print that and see how it comes out. It came out pretty good. All I have to do is just paint the middle. I'm not going to do any sanding with this. I did 2 boxes. One I did on a textured plate and the other one on a smooth one, just so I can see which one looks better. But I think I am just going to leave it at the 2. I bought this very cheap belt on Amazon. Alright, we are also going to do a Domino mask. Now, this is from Budwin. He has a 4-pack of Domino masks. The one that came with the Ronin armor, I wasn't crazy about, so I wanted a different one, so I got one of these. I think the one that I chose was number 4 on the list, but you can really choose any of these. They're great files, super easy to print out. Now, what I want to do is I want to use something different in terms of material. So I used TPU for the very first time. Never used this. It looks like it's a little bit difficult to work with, but we did our best. This came out pretty decent. There's a couple little parts that I'm not crazy about, but it's pretty wild how it feels. It's nice and soft, and it's just crazy that it's able to print that out. I did that on my Centauri carbon, and it looks great. It's nice and soft. I mean, little imperfections, but you know what? Not a big deal, and it'll feel a lot more comfortable when I put it on my face than if I use PLA. Alright, we are going to get to the wood filler. Now, we gotta do this with all these different parts. So, we're gonna use this wood filler that I use, Elmer's brand. I don't want to bore you because it's gonna be a lot of wood filler and a lot of sanding. So, in order for it to not be super boring, let's do a little bit of wood filler montage. Alright, now that we finish putting this wood filler on all the pieces, we are going to let these guys dry overnight and then get to some sanding. Alright, it's the next day, and just like before, how about a little bit of a sanding montage? Alright guys, I know it's a lot of steps, but we're almost there. This is looking pretty good. Okay, so the next step now is wood. We did the wood filler, so now we're going to do filler primer. So we're going to take these guys out, spray them with a coat of filler primer. Alright, this is the one I use. It's the Rust-Oleum 2-in-1. It's sandable filler primer. And now we're going to go ahead and cover all our pieces with this. We're going to do this again after this. We're going to sand it, and then we're going to fill in some more spots with wood filler if needed. And then we're going to do another coat of filler primer and then sand again. Okay, so we got this done. So now we got to wait, let this dry, and then we will get to sanding. We're going to do this a few more times, like I said, but it'll pay off. It's going to look great. All right. So now we're going to do our next round of sanding, and then after that we might just do filler primer again or more wood filler. We'll see. So let's get to it. Alright, so all of these are pretty much done, and what we're going to do now is we're going to take them out and do another coat of filler primer. We're going to cover these guys really good, and then after we're done, we're going to do a high grit and try to get it as smooth as possible, so then we can finally get to painting. Alright, this is looking pretty good. Once again, we gotta let this dry, and then we will do one more round of sanding, hopefully. Unless there's some errors and we gotta fix them. So let's go ahead and do our best, get this nice and smooth, and then we can move on to the next part after this. Alright, so once we are done sanding all these pieces, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to paint, but we're going to leave that for a next video. And right now we're just going to get this as smooth as we can. And there you go, we have just finished a ton of work. Next video we are gonna get to the fun stuff with some painting. We're gonna find the jacket, other accessories. We're gonna put the rest of this cosplay together. I'm very excited to see how it ends up. Like I said, we're kind of learning as we go, so we'll figure it out. But until then, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, go ahead and put in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button for notifications, and we will see you next time.